Hey everybody, welcome back, and in this video I wanted to get started on the plugins. In this one we're going to focus on Wordfence. This is the first and primary security plugin that you should go ahead and activate after installing the Quickstart kit, and you'll see down here at the bottom Wordfence Security is not activated. And we have a bunch of other plugins that we're going to cover in further videos. Make sure to check the video library on our site for all of the videos. The Wordfence Security, to get started, all you do is click Activate. And as a reminder, guys, if you're not going to use plugins, be sure to deactivate, or rather delete them, because you want to lessen the footprint and the amount of vulnerabilities potentially that your site could have. So it's a good idea to make sure to get rid of them. Anyway, back to the Wordfence. If you go ahead and choose Activate, you'll be presented with this dialog. Basically, you need to do 3 steps. Number 1, put in your email address, which is, I'm going to add mine here. If you want to join their mailing list, you can choose yes or no. I'm going to choose no. And then, of course, you'll need to agree to the terms and conditions. Go ahead and press continue, and now it's asking for a premium key. If you don't have one, you can upgrade to get one. However, Wordfence, to get started, is a fantastic program, and that's why we've included it. But it's very effective for the free version, but the paid version will give you the latest and greatest known issues as they come up in almost real time. So it is worth considering to upgrade. Alternatively, we here, at Dave's WordPress, we offer a security solution along with backup and 9 other key essential services, which is all inclusive for one flat low monthly rate. So if you need security and a bunch of other things, be sure to check out our services. However, if you're looking for just one thing specifically, then this is going to be a cheaper option for you. I believe it's $99 a year is what you pay here with the Wordfence, so it is something to consider upgrading. Anyway, most of you are going to just choose no thanks. So now, once you've done that, you'll have on this left sidebar a new item down at the bottom called Wordfence. Go ahead and click on that. And as soon as you do that, you're going to be taken into what's called the dashboard. And if you continue to click next, it's going to give you a walkthrough. I'm going to let you read all of that. I'm going to show you a couple things about how to quickly get up and running and configure this. I could create probably a half-hour to an hour video long on this particular plugin and all of the nuances and what you should do. I'm simply only going to give you the basics to get you up and running. They have fantastic videos on their YouTube channel as well, so be sure to watch all of that. This is kind of just a primer video to get going and started. So the first thing that you'll need to do is 2 things up here. There's a yellow warning action that you need to take to get the firewall configured, and then you have to decide whether or not you want to enable automatic updates. That's in red. So let's talk about the red one first, because it takes the higher priority. So this answer that I'm about to give you applies to all plugins, especially with WordPress 5 and later. There is a new feature in WordPress 5 and later that allows you to enable auto updates. This is a fantastic item. However, it comes with great risk. The risk is, in the event that the plugin that you're installing is incompatible with the site as a whole, it can take down your entire site. If you do not have a good backup, you could literally take down, ruin, whatever you want to use for an adjective, your entire website. So 9 times out of 10, probably even greater than that, 9.5, 9.4, whatever, it's going to be just fine to choose enable automatic updates. The convenience far outweighs the risk as long as you have a contingency to roll back the site with recent data. That's the caveat. So if you got backups in place and you're doing it well, one of the ones that we're going to cover in here is Akiba. I would go ahead and configure the Akiba. We'll get in that in another video. Be sure to, again, look at the video library. If you've got the backups in place, go ahead and choose yes. Otherwise, just choose no for the rest of you, because you got to have that backup in place before you enable auto updates, just so you don't take your site down accidentally. Okay, now we're on to the Wordfence specific configuration. Click here to configure. It's a button, and you're going to go ahead and do that. Now, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to replace this htaccess file. This is a Linux type of file. Most of you are going to be running Linux anyway, whether you know it or not. This is how the back-end systems or servers typically are. There are a handful that use Windows, but nonetheless, most of them is all Linux. Go ahead and choose to download the file. This will create a backup, and now choose Continue, which will then replace the file after you've downloaded it. And it tells you, nice work, and now your firewall's optimized. Okay, so for the most part, that's set it and forget it. You could stop right here, and that's pretty much it. But I do want to give you a couple of quick tips. So the number one thing to do is to come over here to Firewall. And I'm getting this walkthrough again. One thing I want to show you is this blocking. The blocking is fantastic because this is where things are going to show up on the back end. Again, this is what you get with the premium upgrade, reasons to consider. Anyway, you can start blocking countries, you can start blocking by IP addresses or custom patterns, and it will also auto block people that look like they're doing bad things. It will, put them in jail essentially. So this is the beautiful part about this. Now, if for some reason you ever happen to get your own internal IP address blocked and you can't access your site, because Wordfence is blocking you. I don't know why that would happen, but I'm sure it could. This is where it would be, and hopefully you'll be able to access your website from another machine in order to get to this screen. In any event, the intention here is to block other people, either manually and or remove them if you so choose. The rest of this is pretty straightforward. You can do manual scans, you can look at scans, things of that nature. After you've configured it, just like you've seen what I've done here, it needs about 12-ish hours, maybe 24 to be exact, to get everything all up and running and for it to start collecting data to show the information on the dashboard. You've got login security. You can enable multi-factor authentication. You can scan this and you can do all of this information to make sure that you've got all of this set up on your site. Other options or all options, this is the rest of this. You can go through this at your leisure, but for the most part, this is exactly what you need to get the plugin up and running. As you can see, it wasn't too complicated. A couple of little nuances to learn, but nonetheless, all the best, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.